Hey everyone, this is Peyton Anderson with Next Level Athletes. I am thrilled to have Dane Lynch Jr. on the podcast today. Dane is coming off this past season at Division II Glenville State, in which he collected 11 total tackles, 1.5 tackles for loss, a fumble recovery, and a pass breakup. Additionally, he recorded a season-high 5 tackles against UNC Pembroke. Dane, first of all, thanks so much for coming on today.
Thank you for having me.
Of course. First, take me back to your recruitment process coming out of high school. What stood out to you most about the process as a whole, but also what you found most challenging? But with that being said, what ultimately led you to Glenville State?
I would say one of the most interesting things was just how important uh your grades are, in recruiting.
Mm-hmm.
Because, when you first get into high school, that first those first semesters are very important because they set you up for, the rest of your high school career. So, you try to go to, a big school and you mess around in your freshman year, you did a little bit of sophomore year and then you try to make up. Sometimes you can get caught behind. And, with that, it's like your GPA, your test scores, and, some schools only, got certain requirements. So I would say that was, one of the big things. And another big thing is what camps to go to.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Because there's camps for specific colleges. Then there's camps for things like rivals or different recruiting services, and I think that was kind of interesting too. And what led me to Glenville State was actually one of my friends. He went to high school with me. He went to Glenville, and he was a big reason why I came. And Glenville brings in a lot of people from the DMV area. I'm from Maryland, so it was kind of easy for because it's only 4 hours from my house, so my parents could come a relatively small distance. You know what I'm saying? So
Mm-hmm.
that's what ultimately led me to Glenville and what got me here now.
Of course. And looking back to your high school career, you had 81 total career tackles in your junior and senior seasons, but also had 8 total interceptions. When reflecting back on high school, what would you say you miss most about it in general, but also your all-time favorite memory?
One of the things I miss about it the most is honestly playing with my close friends in high school. That was honestly probably like the best times of my life. You know what I'm saying? Because it's just like you always remember those high school football memories. I got a whole bunch of close friends back home. We still talk about those memories today. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Just whether it's just practice memories or, bus ride memories to the game or just game memories or, even like 7-on-7 stuff, even with, coach stuff. Like it was always just one of the big things was just playing with my friends. And, what I'm saying? That was really, special to me. And honestly, my favorite high school memory was in 2015 when we won our JV championship.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, I joke around with my friends now that was like the greatest JV team, of all
Mm-hmm.
time. You know what
Yeah.
I'm saying? We get to, little debates about it, but that's honestly probably my favorite memory. It was so special to us because like from my high school, you know what I'm saying, winning was, not really a big thing recently, you know what I'm saying? And winning that JV championship, helped us set up, for winning junior year and senior year too.
Mm-hmm. And talk to us about your first thoughts and expectations when you first arrived on campus, started practicing. But now that you've been in the program for some time now, has your overall outlook shifted or changed at all on and off the field, or has it relatively stayed the same?
When I first came to Glenville, I would say I was not as mature,
Yeah.
you know what I'm saying? And that's honestly probably the biggest thing was maturity, you know what I'm saying? When you first step on campus, you think you're a big man, you know what I'm
Yeah.
saying?
Yeah.
Our coaches, they say like, everyone is the man for where they're from, you know what I'm saying? So you're coming in with guys just as good as you and, you expect to play off rip and, this, that, and the third. Sometimes, saying that doesn't really go my way. So, that's something I had to learn. And because my freshman year, the only way I made the bus was on special teams. So, you know what I'm saying? And, coming from being a starter in high school, going to special teams, like, that's kind of a big blow for, you know what I'm saying? You
Mm-hmm.
really expect to come out and play. And I would say over the years, I definitely learned, maturity and, becoming a leader. I would say in high school, like, I wasn't really much of a leader. You know what I'm saying? I had a lot of growing up to do, but, going through the things that I've got through here and, it all just allowed me to, become a leader and eventually, a captain on my team today. So I would say, staying down and like really learning and, growing up, what I'm saying? It took a minute, but like I'm very happy where I am now and coming from a freshman who didn't really play at all on defense and just special teams to, a starter and a captain on the team, it's just a blessing. And, only person I can thank is the man upstairs.
Of course. And well, on the topic, what would you say you've worked the most on improving over the years with your overall skill set? And additionally, what do you feel is your greatest strength and asset that you contribute on the field day in, day out?
I think I just, said it, just honestly becoming a leader. A lot of things come with being a leader. You know what I'm saying? You gotta, you just gotta just be on point, you know what I'm saying? And not just, a leader, what I'm saying, just by the stuff you do, you gotta be a vocal leader. That's something that I've been working on. And I say like, besides that, like as far as my game, the most important thing I think that I did was really sit back and learn the game. Really the X's and O's, like, I'm a DB, so really knowing like what routes,
Yeah.
Receivers run, what I'm saying, like what offenses like to do. I would say
Man
that
in zone coverage.
yeah, what I'm saying, and I really feel like I became like a film junkie. What I'm saying, really, just looking at film and every day I used to watch, like, there's this thing on YouTube, like NFL, like DB versus receiver, and they just have clips of one-on-ones, and I just watched that to get technique, and I was able to train with, some good DB coaches and, some good people, and, they helped me learn the game more and just, become a better athlete. And that's another thing I'd say that I learned, just, become an athlete. You know what I'm saying? Because, most people think an athlete, just like how fast you are and, how strong you are. It's really more than that. You know what I'm saying? It's your mental. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? What you put in your body, how you feel yourself, what I'm saying? Recovery, stretching. Like, it's a whole bunch of, things that it takes to be an athlete. And I think that's, something that I was able to learn is, especially from my friends and some of the people older than me, like just, what it takes to be an athlete.
And when you speak on that, on becoming a film junkie, would you say that's one of the biggest differences from high school to college ball, or something else?
Yes, I would definitely say that, because in high school, only, unless you really, I don't know what the lights
There you
are.
are. Yeah. Whoa. You're back.
But in high school, you only know the game for, so little, what I'm saying? But once you really learn the game and like the tendencies and stuff like that, it really turns you into, a very smarter player. And that's one thing that my coaches say about me now is that, they'll be like, Dane, you're just so smart. Like, you always know what's going on. And that's honestly something I pride myself in, you know what I'm saying? Because you could be on the field, our coaches be like, you could be on the field, be a great athlete. But if you don't know what's going on, then like, you can't play.
Yeah.
So, when I first came in to Glenville, I was cool enough to be on the field and stuff, but I didn't always know what was going on. You know what I'm saying? And, as I learned more and more, got with the coaches, you know what I'm saying? Got with older guys on my team, I learned the game more. And I would say that was probably, like I said, the most important thing, you know what I'm saying? Really doing that.
Of course. And when talking about, recruitment process, NIL deals, social media plays a lot of factor. And I had a guy on yesterday that plays for Green Bay basketball, and he was a guy that wasn't heavily recruited. So depending on how your recruitment went, like whether it's you were heavily recruited or not heavily recruited, what kind of mindset or advice can you give to athletes, depending on if they're highly recruited or not heavily recruited, to just not give up or be able to focus and trust in themselves instead of the voices that they hear, depending on what they hear?
Well, I honestly wasn't heavily recruited either. Glenville was my only offer. So I would say for, some of the small school guys or, guys that aren't really going to, some of these big one schools, what I'm saying? Just always like this, keep out the noise. You know what I'm saying? You go on social media now, there's a lot of, D1 schools or, big guys getting like millions of NIL deals. And I feel like those deals will come, with your play, with your performance and stuff like that. I would say the most important thing is like, really just do the best you can. Like,
Mm-hmm.
don't
Don't
listen to
compare
outside
yourself.
noise. Don't compare yourself. You know what I'm
Okay.
saying? That's something that, I feel like a lot of people struggle with. You're saying you go on social media, like I said, and you see a high school kid coming out, getting like millions of dollars, and you're like, what about me? You know what I'm saying? I feel like I'm good enough. And sometimes you can get in your head and stuff like that. Because,
Mm-hmm.
I've done that too. You know what I'm saying? Everybody does that. But I think it's more important and most important to just perfect your craft first, and then all that stuff will come later. You know
Mm-hmm.
what I'm saying? Like, just
Yeah.
be patient, don't worry about anything else. It's all gonna come, you know what I'm
Control what
saying?
you can control, right?
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? You can't control, some of those things. You know what I'm saying? Like you said, control what
Yeah.
you control. And I feel like then, it would just have you in a better mind state than just worrying about what I'm lacking. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
of course. And transitioning over to life off the field for you, take us through a typical day for you during the season and a day in the off season.
During the season, we got classes all day. I'm about to graduate, so I have less classes and stuff like that. So I would either have class or I work here on campus. I work at our academic success center. So
Mm-hmm.
that'll be a part of our day. And let's say around like 3 p.m., 4:30, we'll have practice, and after practice we'll have dinner. And this is just during the season. And then after dinner, then we'll get together, watch film on the team we're about to play, watch film on ourselves, depending if it's like fall camp or, something like that. But I say in the off season, in the spring, it's we had 6 a.m.s every day. You know what I'm saying? So we'll wake up like I have an alarm like 5:20. I like to get up like earlier.
Yeah.
So wake up 5:20, you know what I'm saying? Either have weight room or practice, get there, do my little warm-up routine. Then after that, I have class all day. And then maybe we'll have a meeting in between, or let's say we lift, or one day like we'll have practice after that, you know what I'm saying, just like a walkthrough or something like that. It's basically like every other college schedule, just class, and we'll figure out times when to weight lift and stuff like that. But our coach is like going at 6 a.m., get us up early.
Yeah.
And that's honestly the only time like we have all together, because we had different classes, you know what I'm saying, different class conflicts. So we like get up early, 6 a.m., get our work in.
Mm-hmm. And additionally, speaking about how you are graduating soon, first off, congratulations about that. But also,
Thank you.
of course, talk to us about your major. What is it about, the classes you've been taking, but more importantly, the reason behind choosing it in the first place.
All right, so my major is athletic conditioning and coaching. That goes along with becoming a personal trainer, becoming a coach. Some of the classes that I've taken, we've had like coaching classes and stuff like that. Just a lot of physical education classes,
Mm-hmm.
like CPR certification classes, and learning about different injuries. And I'll take a lot of uh, biology classes, science classes, learning about the body and stuff like that. And I say, I chose that major because, one day after my playing career, I want to be a coach.
Mm-hmm.
Whether that's for like little kids or, what I'm saying, like high school, college, like, I don't know, what I'm saying? I've always, like to give my knowledge, what I'm saying, like to coach. And if I could coach, like I would probably coach Little League, what I'm saying? Because I feel like
Yeah.
that's where you really get to, learn and love the game, what I'm saying, if you take that path.
Yeah.
Oh, when I was in Little League, to go on a little story real quick, one of like my Little League coach, Coach Hunt, he was like one of the most influential coaches. I still say he's like one of the best coaches I've ever had, what I'm
Mm-hmm.
saying? Just how he had practice, just how he, he cared about all of us, just like that. And that really like, I learned a lot of lessons under him. And that really, helped me a lot. So I would rather coach, probably Little League kids and help them, set them up for, what football is like and stuff like that. Or, the next thing I'll probably do is high school. But that's
Mm-hmm.
probably the oldest I do.
Yeah, of course. And looking into your Twitter profile, your background picture is a quote from your high school coach. It reads, Dane is a baller. He's unbelievable. He's been one of the best kids in our program who's gotten better every single year since he's been a freshman. And that's always stress, reaching our full potential and getting better. Expand on this quote about yourself, but also what something like this can do in terms of building confidence and trust in your own game, and what it can do for an athlete such as yourself going forward in your career.
I feel like that quote is, like you said, just like every year I just, kept, improving on my game, you know what I'm saying? Getting more and more better. Like I feel about like it's like not about how you start, what I'm saying, how you finish, you know what I'm saying, and the work you put in between. When I first came in high school as a little freshman, you know what I'm saying, I was probably like 5'5", maybe like a buck 50.
Mm-hmm.
And I had played like middle linebacker, you know what I'm saying? Like it was
Yeah,
crazy.
high school.
But I went from that to end up playing a little nickel strong safety spot, and I just like football is so important to me. So I had to do everything I could to improve, and the Lord just helped me with just putting the ball in my hands. Like in high school, like you said, 8 picks. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
My coaches used to say I was just always around the ball, and you know what I'm saying, just like honestly, just because football, like I said, it's one of the most important things to me in my whole life. Like I love like always finding ways to improve my game, like,
Yeah.
Always, trying to get better. Here we had one of our best receivers named Javon Butler up here at Glenville. He's like the best receiver I've ever went up against.
Mm-hmm.
Whenever I see him out on the field, or I'll hit him up like, bro, I need to work. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah.
help me do it. Like, I don't care if you mess me up out there. You know what I'm saying? I just need to
Yeah.
work. I know like you're NFL talent. Like, you're really that talented. You know what I'm saying? And I just it's improving is always better. There's always room to improve. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, you never be satisfied. There's always room to improve. That's the main thing I'll say is just I just love to improve and keep getting better. There's always new stuff you can learn about the game, about yourself. You know what I'm
Mm-hmm.
saying? And I
Yeah.
think that's one of the most important things.
Of course. And first off, in my own opinion, at least, this may not be right. I'm just my own opinion. Take it how you want it. I feel that athletes who decide to play for any division other than D1 in a way kind of get overlooked, if that kind of makes sense to you. And people kind of forget that there's also talent in any division. But for you personally, what is your experience so far? I've been like playing for a D2 school, but looking at the bigger picture, what do you feel might be different between the divisions in college football, as well as the overall atmosphere Division II has provided to athletes such as yourself?
I feel like D1 does have some better opportunities, of course. You know what I'm saying? Especially those bigger schools. But I feel like D2 schools have a good amount of exposure. You know what I'm saying? Maybe not to the length of some of the other schools, but it's still a good amount of exposure. And playing D2, honestly, it's been really good for real. It's been really fun. Like you still have a lot of comp. Like even just here, like
Yeah.
there's a whole bunch of people maybe not think like D2 has like that much comp for real, but there's D1 transfers. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? We used to have a Florida State running back on our team, like a Wisconsin transfer linebacker. Like there's talent here. You know what I'm saying? It just depends. Like they'll always find you.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? There's great D2 stories like Adam Thielen and
Yeah. These
I
guys still
forgot,
get drafted. Like,
yeah
still
I
got a
forgot,
chance.
yeah stuff like that. I forgot the DB on the Colts off the top of my head, but he went to I think Valdosta State. You know what I'm saying? I think that's a D2. But
Yeah, because I got a guy on there on Thursday. Yeah.
yeah, you know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? And I feel like if you have the talent and stuff like that, they'll find you. You know what I'm saying? It's definitely going to be a lot harder. You know what I'm saying? Because there's a whole bunch of D1 schools. You know what I'm saying? Like FBS Power Five, like, but
Mm-hmm.
there's definitely still talent in D2, 100%. But with the opportunities, I feel like maybe the biggest differences between D1s and D2s, besides like the size, is I would definitely say like the facilities, like the
Yeah.
training staff, and some of the rehab facilities, stuff like that. I feel like not every school around the nation has like top-notch quality stuff.
Of the budget. Yeah.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? We got like like you said, smaller budget, and I feel like if, the people who do go D1, got that, that, you know, sorry, I'm losing my words, but like I said, that,
Nice facilities and stuff.
yeah, nice facility.
Because I
Sorry.
saw Texas A&M just it's doing like a $200 million renovation, and they already got 175 million secured for the budget. So it's going
Yeah,
crazy.
and then you got, stuff like that. People got like touch screen,
Yeah,
stuff.
their locker
That's
rooms are nice.
yeah, like
Yeah,
that sounds insane, to a small school guy, but you know what I'm saying? It's still all good though. You know what I'm saying? We still get treated good out here. We still have good
Hmm.
facilities, stuff like that. But I would say like, D1 just probably got more like the high tech,
Yeah.
updated type stuff.
Hmm. And speaking a little bit more on Glenville State and its program as a whole, if you if you were to describe Glenville State in a word or a sentence, what would it be?
What would I say? Honestly, I would probably say like a brotherhood.
Hmm.
I'll really say that because, Glenville State is in the middle of West Virginia, you know what I'm saying? Small town. We got a 15-mile road to get in, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
Basically take that road out. And it's a very small, tight-knit community, but it's a very close, loving community.
of course.
Uh, I would say that honestly, like I'm glad to have came here. You know what I'm saying? Because just the people, you know what I'm saying? It's a very small town, but since it's so small, it allows you to be around, your teammates and
Yeah,
more, you know what I'm saying? Like,
more personal.
yeah, it's a lot more personal, you know what I'm saying? A lot more family oriented, you know what I'm saying? It's just,
Yeah,
I would definitely say brotherhood because like, just because how close everything is and stuff like that, like it just allows us all to be close.
yeah,
And you know what I'm saying? There's not really a lot of stuff to do out here, which makes it like, you know what I'm saying? We got to create our own stuff to do
yeah,
together. And I had a couple of friends last semester. We would go like fishing and stuff like that, and I've never like really went fishing like that. So
yeah.
it was fun to do stuff like that, or campfires, or even siblings hitting the field together.
Hmm.
You know what I'm saying? I would definitely say brotherhood. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, I'm glad to have come here. Even though it's small, like I love everything about it. You know what I'm saying? It just allows you to, when you at a small town like this, it allows you to focus on like the important things, like like school and
Less
football.
distractions.
Less, yeah, like I said, like less distractions. You know what I'm saying? So yeah.
Of course. And for everyone in life, they always have their special group of people. They mean a lot to them, a certain individual or several different people that really are their biggest supporters in life. And they always reference them for like getting to where they are in life and how they've grown up because of these people. But for you personally, who has that been for you in your life? And if they were to be listening, what would you have to share with them?
I would say it would be my grandfather who passed. He passed in 2020. During COVID and stuff like that. And one of the things I remember is that he always used to, you always have talks with family and stuff like that. But he always like checked up on me. You know what I'm saying?
Hmm.
Always called me. Made sure I was straight. Like talked to me about football and not even just that, just about life.
Yeah.
And like those conversations are like honestly the most important ones. I feel like he understood me, you know what I'm saying? And he just, you know what I'm saying, he always knew what to say, you know what I'm saying? And I always look forward to his calls and, it sucks he's not here no more, but, he's one of my motivations, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Yeah, I want to, just go as far as I can with this football thing and, what I'm saying, just for him, what I'm
Yeah.
saying? Like, I appreciate him to the max. And, another person I would say, if I had to say, is like my mom. You know what I'm
Hmm.
saying? Besides him being my mom, like she's so strong, like she does so much and it just, it inspires me even more. You know what I'm saying? I just, I appreciate her, what I'm saying, so much. She does a lot for me. And yeah, like she's one of my motivations too. You know what I'm saying? Just
Hmm.
to keep achieving my dreams and, just to not fail. You know what I'm saying? I have a bit like I always say like I'm not gonna fail. You know what I'm saying? Just gonna
Hmm.
just keep working and you know what I'm saying? So besides my mom, you know what I'm saying, like I said, my grandfather, you know what I'm saying? So
Yeah,
yeah.
I can kind of relate to that because mine passed away in 2021. I still have his, the little like I don't know what they're called. It has a picture on them and like a Bible verse or something. I still have that I keep that on my board over here, and I
I'm
keep them
sorry
in
for
my
your loss.
wallet too. I appreciate
Mm.
it. You too. But I mean, yeah, I always keep him around, so he's always with me. But when reflecting on your collegiate career and your legacy once it comes to an end, how do you most want others to remember you for whether that be your presence and how you present yourself on the field, all your accomplishments on the field, or what you were like as an individual, your character off the field, or both?
I would honestly like to say the whole thing. You know what I'm saying? Like
Yeah.
my play as a player, you know what I'm saying? Like how I was as a leader and a captain. But I also want to be, most importantly, I want to be seen as someone who, whenever adversity strikes, you know what I'm saying, he always pushed through no matter what. Like, this past season, I had fractured my right foot, you know what I'm saying, the fourth game. So I was out for the rest of the season. And
Hmm.
that was, my first real season ending injury like that. And honestly, like it was besides like the physical toll, it took a big mental toll because when I first went in the season, you know what I'm saying, I was like so ready, like I trained so
Yeah, you're
hard.
like, I'm doing all this work. I can't wait to like get to play every game. And
Right. And then, it just boom, just ended out of nowhere. And
yeah,
I would say going through that really changed me as a person. It really like showed me like
a
just like
different
anything can
perspective.
happen, you know what I'm saying? And it's just how you respond. I wrote a note to myself and I put it in the back of my phone. It was like the day I got hurt, I was like, I'm gonna bounce back from this, playing like 10 times the person and athlete that I was, you know what I'm
Hmm.
saying? And you know what I'm saying, just fighting through that and then starting at the beginning of spring, I had re-injured it. So, it was just like a lot of adversity I had to go through. And you know what I'm saying, to go in the end towards, we just finished our spring season. I had a great spring, you know what I'm saying? Got back out there and just dominated like I used to. And you
Hmm.
know what I'm saying? And it just I learned a lot, you know what I'm saying, a lot of things through that injury and stuff like that. And I learned, you know what I'm saying, become honestly a better leader, you know what I'm saying, and a better person and stuff like that. Because now that I was out, I was on the sidelines. I was teaching, you know what I'm saying? I was
Hmm.
helping out, doing everything I could as, as a teammate, you know what I'm saying? And I feel like that was a very important lesson for me to learn. And I feel like God, he had a mysterious way of, help me grow as a person, but like I wouldn't take it back. Like everything that has happened to me from that point, you know what I'm saying, is helped me grow like exponentially. And you know what I'm saying? When it first happened, like of course I was like pissed. I was like, yo, like
Yeah,
like no way. But you know what I'm saying? It's more important like later once you learn all those lessons, you know what I'm saying, once you go through it and stuff like that. And it was a lot, but I'm so glad that, I was able to push through and not give up, at a time where I felt like, giving up could have been like an option. You know what I'm saying?
hmm,
And I feel like honestly, like I said, just not giving up. You know what I'm saying? I want to be looked at someone who never gave up no matter what, who always came into work, you know what I'm saying, first one there, last one out type, you know what I'm saying? I want to be, look up to in that manner. You know what I'm saying? And off the field, I want to be looked at, as a good student, like a great citizen, a model person. I was able to get a 4.0 GPA like 2 or 3 semesters ago. And then before that, I had like a 3.5 and followed that up with like a 3.7 and stuff like that. And that's so much better from, my grades in high school.
hmm.
You know what I'm saying? I used to like never think that I would get grades like that, but now like that's my standard.
Hmm.
So just, like I said, on the field, like my play, like who I am was like a leader and just someone who always fought through adversity, off the field, just like, my grades, who I am as a person, you know what I'm saying? Like stuff like that.
Of course. And last question. I know you already kind of touched on this, but asking it again. Once college ends, what might be next for you in your future as an athlete and individual?
Well, after college ends, of course, Trey, I want to keep playing ball like as long as I can, whether it's, you know, in these leagues, you know what I'm saying, all these
Yeah.
leagues coming up and or in the league, CFL, or even if it's overseas, you know what I'm saying,
Hmm.
somewhere like I just want to keep playing ball. That's how much like ball means to me. I want to make it my living, you know what I'm saying, somehow, some way. And then, like I said, after my playing career is over, stuff like that, and then coach, inspire, the next athletes, you know what I'm saying, to inspire the youth, you know what I'm saying, to keep playing ball and, you know what I'm saying, just love the game as much as I do because I love the game like so much.
Of course. Once again, Dane Lynch Jr., Glenville State defensive back. Dane, really appreciate you taking the time today and wish you nothing but the best with your future, man.
Thank you. I appreciate you for having me.
Of course.